performance on the channel. WhatsApp your feedback, name and town to 081-200-6659. One Africa TV, it just gets better.
Welcome to MyZone online school. My name is Mrs. Spinar. My friend is Pomweni. Welcome. Right, before we start, remember to always sanitize. Make sure your hands are clean. You sanitize. Please remember to keep your social distance, and also remember to put on your masks. Today's lesson is Mathematics, Grade 7, Lesson 5, Multiples. When we go to page 13 in our booklet, we will continue with multiples. Now, what is a multiple? A multiple is the answer we get when that number is multiplied by another whole number. Again, a multiple is the answer we get when that number is multiplied by another whole number. For example, 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30 are all multiples of 6. Why? Because 6 times 1 equals 6, 6 times 2 equals 12, 6 times 3 equals 18, 6 times 4 equals 24, and 6 times 5 equals 30. So the multiples of 6 are the numbers that we multiply by 6, the answer of those numbers. In the block, we will find the multiples of 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, and so on. Those are the multiples of 8. So if we multiply 8 with another whole number, we will find one of those answers. 8 times 1 will equal 8. 8 times 2, 16. So those are the multiples of 8. We go to our examples. If you are asked to write down all the multiples of 7 less than 40. Remember, the multiples of 7 less than 40. 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. How did we find that numbers? If we multiply 7 by another whole number, we find the answer of those numbers. 7 times 1 up to 7 times 5, which is equal to 35, because our question is all the multiples of 7 less than 40. In number 2, the question is, write down all the multiples of 9 between 20 and 80. So all the multiples of 9 between 20 and 80. So where will we start? If we see 9 times 1 is equal to 9, and we find that 9 is less than 20, we know that 9 is not one of the multiples that is between 20 and 80. So the first multiple of 9 from 20 onwards is 9 times 3, which is 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, and 72. The number after 72 will be 81. So 81 is more than 80. So the numbers or the multiples of 9 between 20 and 80 are the ones that you have there in front of you in your booklet. Right. How do we determine the lowest common multiple? And we call the lowest, or the abbreviation for lowest common multiple is simply the LCM. Now let's define what the lowest common multiple is. If you look at the lowest, the word lowest means the smallest number. The smallest number. Common means the numbers that appears in both sets of numbers. The number that appears in both sets of numbers. And multiple is the answer to a multiplication table. In our example there, we have two sets of multiples. We have the multiples of 4 and the multiples of 6. So we have to find the LCM. In the multiples of 4, we have the set of numbers 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and it continues. And the multiples of 6, which is 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and it continues. And we see the common multiples are 12, 24, 36, and 48. And so if we have to find the lowest common multiple, like we said, the smallest number of the ones that we find in both sets, we will see that 12 is our LCM. We're moving on to page 14. Now, what we have on page 14 are some examples which I want to explain on the board for you. Now, what do we have there? We have to find the LCM. And the LCM, like we said, is the lowest common multiple. Let's revise quickly. Lowest, meaning the smallest number. Common, the numbers that we find in both multiples. And the multiples is a number that the answer of a multiple of a number that you multiply by another whole number. Now the first 12 multiples of 4 and 6. Let's find the multiples of 4 first. Can you help me out here? The multiples of 4, where did we start? 4. He says 4, 8, 12, continue, 16, 20, 24, 28. I think we can stop there. You can continue with the other 12, with the other, that's the rest. The multiples of 6. If we have to find the first 12 multiples of 6, Pumweni, can you help me out here?
6.
He says 6,
12,
12,
18,
18,
24,
24,
30,
30, and you can continue up to the first 12 multiples. Pomweni, by looking at these numbers, we have to find the common multiples. Common meaning the numbers that we find in both sets of numbers. Can you give me the common multiples that you see from the board here?
12.
He says 12. Can you find another one?
24.
24. Right. So the common multiples in these two sets. Right. So we found our common multiples are 12 and 24. Now we have to find the LCM. LCM, L is for lowest. So we found the multiples of 4 and 6. We have found the common multiples. So now we have to find the lowest. Can you tell me which number is the lowest of these two numbers? 12. So our LCM is 12. We'll do another example. Are you ready, Pomwene? Okay. Let's find the LCM of the following two numbers. If you go back to page 14, our example 2, we have to find the first 12 multiples of the numbers 6 and 8. So let's focus on the board again. The numbers that we have to find the LCM of are 6 and 8. Pomwene is going to assist us. Can you give me the multiples of 6?
6.
6, continue.
12.
12.
18.
18.
24.
24.
30.
30.
36.
36. And it can continue up to the 12 multiples. The multiples of 8, Pomwene, can you assist us? 8.
16.
16.
24.
24.
32.
32.
40.
40. 48. And we can continue. We add another one. What is this? The next one is 42. Am I right? Right. Pomwene, can you find the common multiples in these two sets of numbers?
24.
What? Which one?
24.
He says 24. Is there another one? You find another one? No. So the only common multiple that we have here is 24. So it means our LCM, our lowest common multiple of 6 and 8 is 24. Now you can work on your own. We have activities that starts on page 15. The first activity is, all you have to do is to write all the multiples of 4 from 16 to 44. So remember, all the multiples of 4 from 16 to 44. Number 2, write all the multiples of 6 between 35 and 70. Number 3, write down the first 6 multiples of 9. Number 4, you have to write all the multiples of 7 from 35 to 84. And in number 5, it is expected from you to write all the multiples of 8 between 40 and 80. In B, now you have to find the LCM, because you have to use the numbers 3 and 9. First of all, you have to find the first 12 multiples of these numbers. Secondly, you have to discover all the common multiples. And then in C, you have to find the lowest common multiple. In number 2, we have to find the LCM of 3 and 4. Again, find the first 12 multiples of these numbers. B says you have to discover all the common multiples, and C, you are expected to find the lowest common multiple. Then we continue on page 16. You have to fill those 3 and 4 in that space there provided. Number 3, you have to do the same with the numbers 4 and 8. And then we go to number 4. Here we have to write down the multiples of each set of numbers and find the LCM of each set. The first set, we have 2, 5, and 6 up to 40. So you have to find the multiples of 2 up to 40, 5 up to 40, and the multiples of 6 up to 40. And number 2, you have to find the multiples of 6, the multiples of 8, and the multiples of 12 up to 60. And then you have to write down the LCM. Just remember that we have to sanitize always. After each lesson, you have to sanitize. Remember to keep your social distance, and don't forget your masks. I thank you.
What is social distancing? Hi everyone, I am Zoshi, and I'm back. It literally just means that you need to stay home all the time and keep away from crowded places. And remember to keep your distance from your friends too. Everybody stay safe. Yay! Till next time. Bye!
Scientists are racing to find a COVID-19 vaccine. Creating a vaccine usually takes years, sometimes even decades. More than 150 vaccine candidates are being developed worldwide. Some of the trials furthest ahead have produced encouraging results. Several possible vaccines appear to have produced an immune response with antibodies, T cells, and no serious side effects. Antibodies are protective proteins that fight infections in the body. Some T cells kill infected cells. Others help B cells to make the right antibodies to fight a virus. it's uncertain how long immunity to COVID-19 would last. 6 other human coronaviruses have been known about for years. Natural immunity for the most common 4 is quite short-lived and generally lasts a few years. A COVID-19 vaccine could require booster jabs after years or even months. Scientists are using a variety of methods to make a vaccine. Several human trials are creating vaccines using the genetic code of the virus. Other human trials, and some with animals, are trying more traditional methods, such as using a weakened or inactive virus. This variety might lead to more than one type of vaccine. Having several could actually be very useful, as each one may be more effective among different people. Despite the promising progress, it's not guaranteed an effective and reliable vaccine will be found. If there isn't one, the virus might eventually infect everyone. Some scientists are hoping to have a vaccine ready for limited use before the end of this year, but most are predicting mid-2021. Once regulators have approved a vaccine, billions of doses will have to be made. Then there's the tricky task of distributing and administering it on a global scale. Collaboration will be needed so the poorest don't miss out. Health workers could be at the front of the queue to get it. But who should be next in line?
Alelele mama, amala la lelele. Oh, shake it for Africa, eh, do it for Africa. Mama lelele, oh lelele mama, oh shake it for Africa. Oh, you rise up and stand up for Africa.
See the whole world be looking at us, yeah, 'cause our land is honey, all the future money, and see now, see Akijima, no, I see Lali. Siatandi Mali, they want it, yo, they need it, we have it, yes, let the world come and taste this beautiful land, they want it, oh, they need it, yeah, we have it, let the world come and taste this beautiful land now.
Let's hold hands and let us dance. Let's unite and give ourselves another chance. I see the walk out for road, you go see many things, everything they happen pretty jolly. Oh yeah, now let Africa be good. And in the sun or the rain or the street or the pain, we still they get together. Because let Africa be good. Oh, Nelson Mandela, Lupita Nyong'o, oh Desmond Tutu, Africa be good. Oh, Barack Obama, Kwame Nkrumah, all my freedom fighters.
You know what time it is. Let's go. Come on. Africa, stand up. Everybody move. Make it see your hands up. We came a long way, so now we can't stop. Free for life. We're taking off the handcuffs. We came to spread love through the sea breeze. Natural, Mama Africa. We need peace. Home sweet home. Everybody will feel free. Check my people and check the beauty. Be my duty. They're trying to make it a better place for us, and I believe it's gonna happen. In God we trust. Straight from the bottom all the way up to top. I prophesy it shall come to pass. Amen. From dust to grass, from grass to grace. But it's left to us to make it happen on a daily basis. Back to back. Africa stand for peace. Let's face the fact.
Nyerere baba, tunajivunia upendo wetu na amani. Tena pia Mugabe bendera baba, tunajivunia upendo wetu na amani. Tumejali mengi, tena mengi, majengo melema mbuga Afrika yetu. Tazama mengi, tena mengi, mito milima mbuga Afrika yetu.
Saying things that degrade women, for me, number one, I am not there, because that is basically what I don't believe in. I don't stand for things that degrade women.
What do you think we can add? What do we put in the basket?
First of all, let's put Blossom back in the basket.
Look at the person like it, man. Let's do a song.
Let's do something.
Just
let's
like
collaborate.
Let's collaborate.
The Americans were claiming us.
Yes, exactly. To the rest of the world, they belong to us. Namibia, Baba, Namibia.
I'll help you carry on.
Creating music and putting some stuff out for the people who've been supporting me, that's definitely something that's next on my list.
Akili, 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 akili.